All right, welcome again. Today I'm going to talk about what I mean by saying we are multi-dimensional beings of vast proportions. I'm going to elaborate a little bit on that and explain what I mean, and at the same time I'm going to give you some examples so maybe you can understand it a little better. So, a lot of you have heard me say that you are not your soul, okay? And this is true. You're not your soul. The reason being is because your soul is just another tool that your real self has in their little toolbox, or in, can't really say he or she because it's neither. Your higher being has tools in its toolbox, and your soul is one of them. It's got multiple souls, and this is how this works. Because a lot of us don't understand how this plays out, right? So I'm going to explain it. Let's bring an example of your body. Okay? Your body has different parts to it. Okay, it's got a finger, it's got eyes, it's got eyebrows. In my case, I have a goatee. You got hair, hands. You get it, right? But beyond that, you also have cells. Okay? And the cells, believe it or not, are living beings on their own. And combined, they make who you really are. Now, let's leave the cells out for one sec, okay? Let's say that you take your finger and you dip it, I don't know, in a cup of water or a hot cup of tea. Does this mean that the whole of you has dipped into this water? Of course not. What did you do? You just dipped your finger into this cup of water. And when you dip this finger into the cup of water, you're gathering information. You can tell what temperature this water has. You can tell the feeling. You can tell if it's liquid, if it's solid. You're basically getting information from this cup of water. Okay? And this information gets... I got a wasp that I'm chasing. That's awesome. This information that you're getting is actually coming right back to you. Okay? And you understand as a whole what... This wasp is a little... But anyway, I'm going to ignore it. You're getting this information as a whole being. Okay? So, at the same time, though, you are focusing on your finger. That doesn't mean that the rest of you doesn't exist. You are not paying attention to what your toe is doing. You're not paying attention to what your hair is doing. You're not paying attention to what your nose is doing, and so on, right? Does that mean that they don't exist? Of course not. They do exist. It's just you are focusing your attention on your finger right now. But if you sit there and you change your focus, as you sit, just change your focus to your toe right now. How do you do that? Just think about your toe. Pay attention to your toe. You don't even need to look at it. You just focus on it instantly. What happens? That toe might start tingling. That toe, all of a sudden, has awareness. And it's making you aware of it. This toe now is communicating with you. All of a sudden now you know if the toe is, I don't know, wrapped in a sock, if it's out of a sock, if you're wearing a shoe. You're gathering information. You know if this toe is in pain. You know if this toe, is bleeding maybe. You know, you're picking up all kinds of information. So your higher being operates in the same way. Your higher being has multiple souls, and all these souls are living in multiple different bodies, multiple different dimensions, multiple different realities. And what your higher being is doing is gathering information. Now, this is a tricky point, because a lot of us, when we say our higher being, we think that it's some other being. It's not. It's you. Okay? It's you having an overall experience of all your other realities. Okay, so your higher being is no different than you. It is you. But at the same time, when you connect with your higher being, you choose to focus on what reality you want to focus on. Okay, right now you're physically focusing on this reality. That doesn't mean that other realities don't exist, because they really, really do. Okay? I'll give you another soul. I'll give you another example in the cell direction, let's say, right? Let's say we have trillions of cells in our body, right? Are these cells us? Of course not. But without these cells, our body wouldn't exist, right? So as a whole, all these cells are individual. As a whole, all these cells have a brain of their own. All these cells are living entities on their own. And they are all gathering and communicating with one another. And as a whole, all these cells, when you combine them, they form your body. They form who you really are as a body, I'm talking about, in the physical form. So think of your higher being as the same thing. It's got individual souls floating around and going into different spots, into different areas, and combined, all these souls make your being who it really is. Of course, it's a little more complicated than this, but I'm giving you the easiest and most plain example so everybody can understand what I'm talking about when I'm saying you're a vast being of great proportions. And by the way, you are a being of love and light. You are so big, you're so huge, you're so loving, you're so full of light and energy that you can't possibly, not just you, any of us can't possibly comprehend in this physical form. Okay? You came directly from source. You can't be anything different. It's like a water droplet that you separated from the ocean. While it might not be the ocean, it still has the same qualities. Okay? It's still liquid, can become other forms as well, but whatever qualities the ocean has, that little water droplet has as well. And when it starts expanding, it can become an ocean of itself. Okay? So you are no different than source. You are part of source, and your higher being is part of source. Therefore, it has the same qualities as source. Nothing different here. You see, you are having this experience here, but if you choose to, you can focus on a different reality. And as a matter of fact, a lot of times we do jump into different realities, we just don't realize it, because they are so similar to the reality that we are living right now that we just take things for granted. You might go to bed, fall asleep, and then you wake up and you are in a different reality, believe it or not. A whole different reality. Why? Because again, who you really are is experiencing different aspects. This is how you grow. This is how you expand. This is how you came. This is the reason why you came to this planet, is to grow and expand. But at the same token, you are not only living on this planet, you are living in multiple planets, in multiple dimensions, multiple realities, and you are not necessarily a human. Okay? You can be living in other planets simultaneously. You can just This is how you grow. This is how you expand. And the reason why I'm saying this is because everything happens in the now, believe it or not. There's no past. Present is only just present. There's no past and there's no future. So, you see, we came here to experience life in a linear time, okay? Because nowhere else in the universe, or any other universe for that matter, time exists. Time is a man-made concept, and because it's a man-made concept, we think, because we are here in this material world, we think that the whole universe operates like that, but it doesn't. All right? So, my friends, you are beings of love and light. You are vast, very, very vast. And you are here to experience this life. So enjoy it. You don't need to get all confused about it. You don't need to get all... it doesn't need to get complicated. Just be present in the moment. Enjoy it. Okay? And know that you are far greater than what you see in the mirror. How can you know that? Simply just by being silent, going within. This information is available not just to me, but to everybody. All you need to do is just sit there, and it'll come to you when you are connected with who you really are. There's no secret, there's no enigma here. Okay? You came here just to experience life. You came here maybe to learn some lessons. You came here just to reconnect with who you really are, which you've never really disconnected. It's just a way of saying, because you think you're far away, but you're not. You are who you really are, right here, right now, having this beautiful moment. And like I said before, you know, the greater you is experiencing everything. Just like, you know, you have your finger and you dip it in a cup of water, for example. You know its texture and its temperature and all that. That's what your higher being is doing as well. You are in this body, and your higher being is getting all this information, and it's taking all this life that you are living right here and all these experiences, and it goes right to your higher being, which is you, of course, and your higher being just expands and expands and expands. There's no ending to you. There was no beginning and there's no ending. So, on that note, no matter what you do, be the greatest you. Hit the follow button and the notifications button. And you can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram as well through my link tree. Love and light to all, and no matter what you do, be the greatest you. Leave me some comments. Bye for now.